You don't have to be an architect, an engineer, or a carpenter to have experienced that coworker who's just ready to quit because the company's work does not line up with his or her plans. Heck, you may have even been that coworker at some point in your life. Now, while this experience can happen in any industry, in an industry like construction, not having every team member on the same page can be hazardous or even deadly. A fire watch is a good example of this. A fire watch's job is to make sure stray sparks from tasks such as welding or cutting do not ignite a nearby fire hazard. If a fire watch were to have a bad day and decide to just quit in the middle of welding, then a stray spark could cause the death of the welder or any other worker in the area. In Matthew chapter 1, verse 19, Joseph was ready to quit. He was going to divorce Mary quietly before angelic intervention stopped him. He knew two things. Mary was pregnant and it wasn't his. The company's work did not align with his plans. But before Joseph could consider this, an angel of the Lord appeared to him in a dream and said, "Joseph, son of David, do not be afraid to take Mary home as your wife. What is conceived in her is from the Holy Spirit. She will give birth to a son, and you are to name him Jesus, because he will save people from their sins." You see, the company's work was salvation. If Joseph were to quit before this work was done, then he could have put Mary's, Jesus's, and indirectly our lives at risk. Sometimes God asks us to do things that don't line up with our plans. But just like Joseph, we have to set our plans, our feelings, our pride aside to make sure that his work, the company's work, gets done. If we quit, it could be hazardous or even deadly.